I'm good. I've got it all mixed together in a PowerPoint. Do you want me to bring that up?
Yeah. Let's hop into it.
Okay. All right. So let's start with charts. Okay. Let's take a look at how crypto has been moving since all this news flow started. All right. This is a Bitcoin. It's an intraday chart. So normally on the show, I'm looking at the big picture, like 2 days, 3 days, 2 weeks. Forget that. Okay. Now I've got to go down to like 45-minute charts to get a read. So the world's changing.
Wow.
Okay. Now, what I'm noticing in Bitcoin is that when it goes down, if you look at the left-hand side, you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means when Bitcoin goes down, it looks like it's in a trend. And when Bitcoin goes up, it looks like what they call a zigzag, which is ABC. Okay. That leads me to believe, like a lot of other colleagues that we've heard from on the show out there, that the picture for Bitcoin may not be so rosy, right? It's actually scaring me. Okay, let's go to ETH. Now, this is a 4-hour picture of ETH, and it's doing the same thing. On the left side, you can see that sort of 5-section drop. And then you can see a zigzag, and then you can see that ETH may be starting another drop. All right, now, what does this mean in English? Well, in English, it means people may be looking at this news and going, okay, I made money this year, or okay, I was late to the party and I really don't want to get smashed. I don't want to get wrecked, and I'm going to de-risk because the amount of uncertainty here is unreal. All right. Now, going back to the big picture, which I still think you can use, this is a 2-week chart of Bitcoin. All right. And I've talked about the support point the last time I was talking 10,400. Okay. Now I think it's at 10,200 because the line in question is downward sloping. So again, to keep it simple, if Bitcoin's below 10,200, worry, exit, the market will tell you, especially if it's a big punch below. If we're just sort of sitting around and it's more of the same, but you see a big punch through 10,200, you'll know it's time to go to stable coins. All right, stocks, our favorite. Well, one thing I've noticed, first of all, is that the S&P futures contract is exactly where it was right before it was gap and go to the downside in March. It's like deja vu all over again is the expression. Now, let's talk about equities because, crypto and equities are connected. The president of the United States, you may like him or you may not like him, but the fact of the matter is he is capital markets friendly. Okay. Now, currently what the news flow is telling you is that the president is checked into the hospital and they've treated him, and in 4 days, everything is okay. That is not how this disease works. Okay. Most likely what they're doing is they're trying to manage the news flow so there isn't some sort of catastrophic market open for equities on Monday. All right. And we're going to see right after the show, literally, we're going to click off the air and S&P futures are going to start swinging around. I think you have to be very, very careful with stocks for this simple reason. COVID-19 rips through your body for 30 days. You can take medicine to slow it down, but it's going to have its way with you for 30 days. So the president isn't going to just get treated, get out of the hospital and go, okay, back to the campaign. No. Okay. So I don't know what that's going to mean for the election, but I think Joe Biden has a huge advantage because unfortunately the president of the United States is sick and may be sick for a while. So you need to keep an eye on equities. And again, we are right back at the March inflection point. Back in March, I said we're trading the virus. And guess what? We're trading the virus again. Okay, now let's move to something else that's impacting crypto. Let's talk about the dollar. Now, on the left column, you're going to see names of countries. Okay. And then there'll be dates in August where they took readings on inflation. So the third column, you can see inflation in Venezuela is 1,347%. And you can see inflation in Turkey down at the bottom is a paltry 27%. And there are other names in here like Brazil and countries that are notable and big. Now, the people that live in these countries, could they gravitate to crypto? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Are they going to gravitate to crypto right now, particularly if the system comes unglued? Maybe, but probably not. What they're going to go after is the dollar. Okay, so let's talk about the dollar. Okay, what are people in emerging markets going to do? What are people in regular markets, developed markets going to do? This is a chart of the dollar index. Now, what we're seeing in the dollar index is, you know, it stopped going lower and it made a base. So we do have our expression here at Token Metrics that we like to apply to crypto, which is the bigger the base, the higher into space. Hopefully that does not apply to the dollar, because if the dollar bounces and takes out that black trend line, okay, that is not good for crypto. Okay, again, we've had people on the show, guys who look at charts different ways than I do, talking about, I don't know, one guy was talking about 9,700 for Bitcoin, another guy's talking 7,400. This could be how it happens. Okay, so you want to keep an eye on DXY, because if the system comes unglued, right, and people start buying the dollar, that's going to really hurt crypto. All right. Now, I have one more chart that I want people to think about. I know that everybody connects crypto and stocks, right?
Right.
But one thing that people forget is that in 2018, crypto got wrecked, not because stocks were going down, but because interest rates were going up. If you look at this chart right here in the middle, this is the chart of the long bond interest rate, the yield on the US 30-year bond. It's kind of reflects interest rates. It also reflects US credibility. You do not want to see the interest rate on the 30-year bonds start going up. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you see that little arrow. Okay. Mm-hmm. The interest rate on the long bond is starting to go up. Not a lot, but it's starting to go up. And, you know, these things can happen when you start handing out money in the trillions, can affect your credit worthiness, right? Think of this as like the credit score for the United States. So you're going to watch stocks. You're going to watch the dollar. Okay. This is US 30Y on TradingView, or you can watch TLT. That's an ETF. People, it's never been more confusing, but the good news is we at Token Metrics have got it covered, right? From the virus to the BitMEX snooze. And we can help you navigate this because that's what we do.
All right. All right. Awesome stuff, Bill. Awesome stuff. Let me check here in the comments and see how we're doing with the audience and see if we have any questions. JP says Bill is the best in the game. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for the support. Okay. All right. So any questions you have, please go either to the AMA, or if you have any quick comments you want to share, feel free to post them down in the comments below and tell us what you think. All right. All right. People saying they love the slideshow. Thank you, Shola. Good work with that, Bill.